Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Lucas Stern in Valdosta, Georgia, and I went through Hurricane Helene on the night of September 26th and September 27th, and it was a terrorizing event like the video I said the day after the storm hit. So just to kind of bring you to what really happened after that video, I've been traveling kind of back and forth Tallahassee and here, but we have not. We did get power back about 1 week ago, and we are starting to recover. We have trees gone. Our trees are no longer over our driveway and stuff. We got a tree company, but we've gone back to school Wednesday, so I've heard many more stories, and I really think we can consider ourselves extremely lucky, especially compared to some other stories I've heard about people getting relocated because their house was completely destroyed. Some kids have no house, nowhere to stay, and are having to sleep in a house that has been destroyed. But most people have luckily got power back, so we are good to go on the power, but it's still an extreme event here in Lowndes County, and we are watching as hopefully we do not see any more activity in the U.S., but we do have storms forming closer to the Bahamas and also the Dominican Republic. So we still have a hurricane season on our hands, but it's not really been hurricane. We'll talk about hurricanes in Valdosta. Let's talk about how we're doing. So also, I would like to take a moment to kind of be with the families that have lost loved ones, the 227 plus men and women that have sadly died from this hurricane. Their lives have gone way too quickly. So now let's see what we can do to help others. So please make sure if you have someone in need, if you have family that may need something, even though it is 3-4 weeks after the storm, we're still not 100% complete with our restoration efforts here in southern Georgia. So we're kind of getting back to normal, but the storm has devastated our communities, terrorized us, as I've said before, have created a disruption. Meteorologist Lucas Stern in Valdosta, Georgia, and last night Hurricane Helene came through, terrorizing people in the Big Bend of Florida and southern Georgia. We were put under a high wind warning extreme wind warning for Valdosta, Georgia, which is the most powerful alert that the National Weather Service can give out during a hurricane. You can see trees completely twisted and over driveways and houses. We got very fortunate and we do not have a tree on our house, but our neighbors do. And we had an amazing neighborhood and community. They have taken it into their own, they have done it for our community and have got together and cleared the roads so we can get out of our neighborhood if we needed to go evacuate after the storm or get somewhere else if we needed food or water. We have debris scattered throughout our area, and our fence is completely destroyed. We are going to have to file an insurance claim on the damages we have, but we have several trees snapped, and I'm actually standing right under one right now that is intense. It's very intense. And some of the trees that we did not think were going to fall are the ones that have ended up falling. And let's give you a closer look at this tree. You can see it just holding on by threads here. It was completely twisted around, and the smell of pine, like Christmas trees, is going to be traumatizing for several people since the storm is so devastating and catastrophic to our local area. We do have news helicopters flying over our area. Our local police officers, firefighters, and ambulance personnel are currently working hard to make sure that our areas and roads are safe. Here we have another tree that was on the road, and we had those men come today, this morning around 9:30 a.m. and clear it up for us. But to give you a closer look on the root system, these pine trees are very thin, and the root systems are not very strong. You can see those roots is completely pulled out of the ground. And there's actually some litter that is actually beneath the soil. You can see there's a bit of water down there, but it goes quite deep into the ground down there. And we have several more trees. We have at least, I believe, 6 or 7 trees in our area. And to give you another look at that fence, you can see completely destroyed. We have small areas still standing because of the wind. The winds were coming this way, and that's why both this side and the other side of the fence are completely destroyed. And I'm coming up on a couple more trees now. We will most likely be without power for a week and a half. We actually went on a bike ride to survey the damage in our area, and it is catastrophic, something you would never imagine and never want to be through. We should have evacuated. It is a very dangerous situation here in Lowndes County. Here we have more trees from other yards come through, and that's our fence. That's our shed where we do have a some bunny cages that were hit, but luckily did not go through the strong protective metal and wood. So you can see more trees here completely uprooted, and we've been seeing these all throughout our area. Trees uprooted and completely destroyed. This is not the only area in our community. All throughout the city of Valdosta and the county of Lowndes in Georgia, we are seeing significant impacts. And just our neighbor over here, they did end up getting hit in the back of their house with a tree. So looking at the damage over here, it is catastrophic damage for Lowndes County. No one would ever imagine a Category 2 storm. They're still looking at the damage. We actually do have storm chasers in Lowndes County looking at the damage. Some concerns about a possible tornado in the eye wall, and we are getting reports from some of my family actually that the eye may have gone over Valdosta at around 1:30 today. So you can see this tree completely down. And once again, this is all throughout Lowndes County, and it's a common case for many people. We do know have at least one death from someone getting hit in their car with a traffic sign, but we do not want that number to go up. But since there are many generators being used and there are many trees falling on houses, it will likely go up. I'm not certain of any numbers right now, so if you'll comment down below. This will not be uploaded until we have power. So really just looking at all this damage and how we're going to recover and prepare. All our food in our fridge and freezer is going to go bad. So scavenging for food, if you stayed in Valdosta or the Big Bend, your survival skills are going to need to be on point for this hurricane. So a couple more trees fell from our yard. So overnight it was absolutely terrorizing. Just the sound of hearing those trees hit the ground or hit things, and also the fences and other stuff slamming into the walls of our house was absolutely terrorizing and terrifying. You can see half of that tree completely snapped off. And we have more neighbors in our area who sadly do have trees landed on their houses. If we have a next storm, this tree would be probably the one to go. No doubt about it. If we have another storm stronger than Category 1 or strong trouble storm, that tree would be the one to go. So really, this is a extremely dangerous situation in southern Georgia and northern Florida. We are currently looking at repair efforts possibly into later this year or early next year. Thank you for joining me on Lucas Weather. To everyone who was impacted by the storm, our hopes and our prayers and we are going to continue to support you. Thank you for joining me today. Stay safe if you live in this area, and once again, make sure you are completely safe and not going across those power lines and stuff. Thank you, and we'll see you with our next update. Stay with us in Lucas Weather.